lot of the problems of the process have been driven by the timescale, and a lot of the weaknesses in the recommendations, insofar as like clearly not having been fully worked through, have been reflection of the fact they've only had 3 weekends to work on them. So for me, I think this process of citizen participation plus hybrid decision making is like a really interesting one. It doesn't work perfectly now, but with a bit more kind of rules making and experimentation, it could totally work. But the main challenge will be to set a timescale that is right for the question that you're asking. So if the question that you're asking is small, you can do it in 3 weekends. If the question you're asking is big, you need to do it over far more weekends, or split the question up into smaller processes. But I think there's the conference is an expensive thing to do because of people moving around the continent and lots of travel and other costs. But you can certainly use some of the methods digitally. You can use some of the methods in lighter ways that enable you to use similar approaches to answer smaller questions. And I think it'll be quite well suited for that. I suspect we will see another conference maybe in 5 years. If there is an official treaty change process launched with an Article 48 convention, then I think we may see citizen voice being made an extra part of that. But more generally, I can see this being a before and after moment, that people are like, well, since we did the conference on the future of Europe, we've had this big growth in all of these new citizen initiatives, all of these new, not the technical European Citizens Initiative, but lots of initiatives using citizen voice, lots of opportunities for participation. It's really noticeable, even before the conference, that Horizon Europe has democracy and citizenship not just as one of its main themes, but also as one of the goals for delivering, one of the goals that the research projects are meant to contribute to, by having participation in selection, participation in process, and participation in strategy setting. And elsewhere as well, regional allocation of funding, work around some of the bigger questions, sort of big moral questions around environmental trade-offs in the Green Deal. All of them have used citizen processes more or less, sometimes big, sometimes small, sometimes early in the process, sometimes later. But you're definitely seeing an increasing level of activity at the European Commission level. I think one of the interesting questions will be how much does it stay there, and how much does it kind of start entering into dialogue with national and local processes, or national and local governments, because obviously you risk being in a situation where you have a national, a European, and a local process all asking you the same question with slightly different variations, which is going to be confusing for everyone and a bit of a waste of money as well.